Good evening and welcome to One Marketplace in Seaforth. Well, I think we got a pretty good call tonight. Got some interesting things to share with everybody. Before I begin, just on a little personal note, as most of you know, I've been traveling and I've been in Europe for the last couple months, and I had to go there without my PFPB. And I, like I've been saying, I really, really missed it. So that's one of the most exciting things for me being back home. I love being back home. Don't get me wrong. It's nothing like, coming home. I think that's true for all of us. It's great to go away and travel and see things, but there's no place like home. And so it's great to be back, but getting back on the PFPB, man, because I miss the energy levels I had, the mental clarity I had, the good feelings I had throughout my body. I just noticed all the things that started going wrong when I got off the product. And so one of my biggest worries was, how much weight did I gain? I thought, oh my gosh, I probably gained 10, 15 pounds. I only gained 5. Not bad. But you know what? I get to go back on PFPB. And it's not just the weight loss, it's just how good you feel. And I'm so looking forward to it. So you'll probably see a lot higher energy level out of me next week and even today, as I'm just now starting back on the product. So with that, let's get into tonight's call. Got a lot of great stuff to share with you. I've got a PowerPoint that I'm going to kind of talk from. So let's jump right in and get going. It's so interesting how every week so much is happening. And it's another one of those weeks where just so much is in the works and we're getting so many things happening. You're going to see, for example, for those of you that haven't gone back into your back office in the last few days, you're going to see a major improvement in look and feel on your back office and the way it looks. And again, this is part of this process of our stage 2 beta launch, where we're actually now doing all the back office looks and feels, completing the commission engine, the payouts, how it's gonna happen for you. Some of the tools are still being worked on, but you're going to see more and more tools coming out. And so on tonight's call, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover obviously a little bit about the 4 stages of our beta launch. But the big thing tonight is about Smart Shopper Pro and the benefits of being a Smart Shopper Pro. I'm going to cover a little bit on the digital wellness suites because that's important. And then finally, we'll wrap it up with just a little refresh on product vendor and royalty agreements, because that's something a lot of people are starting to take advantage of, and you might just want to do that. So let's begin. And we'll begin by looking at first the 4-stage beta launch. As everybody knows, stage 1's over. That's already happened, right? Everybody's claimed their position. They've gotten themselves into the one world global pod of one marketplace. That's already happened. Now we're at stage 2, which is the actual commissioning, where we're actually going to pay everybody for July and August. Anything that was generated will be paid. As we've said, the date's not going to happen. We don't know what day in September when we're actually going to start paying everything else, but we're going to do the first payment sometime this month. And then after that, it'll be on time. It'll be just like Seaforth. It'll always happen by the 5th of the next month, because it'll be all automated. But right now, obviously, we're still doing testing, checking, and there's a lot of different things got to be paid on. The loyalty bonus, obviously the community pods, the pro performance pools are now some people are starting to qualify for those. So those are going to start to come into play. So this is all happening during stage 2. I know a lot of people are already saying they're already into stage 3 and saying, products. And yes, we're going to talk about that tonight, and they're coming, and more will be coming. But again, that is in stage 3. Right now, we're in stage 2. That's why our official launch isn't until actually in February, when we do our big launch event in Orlando. And really looking forward to that, because we're going to have some unbelievable surprises for everybody at that point in time. I think this thing will be completely built the way we wanted to have it built, and we're going to be out there just going strong. Matter of fact, doing pretty well right now. So again, we're in stage 2. Things are happening. The product part is coming, and more is being added every day behind the scenes, not live yet, but behind the scenes. And of course, the final thing will be what happens in stage 4. We do our full global, marketplace launch, starting with what happens there in Orlando. So with that being said, let's get into what we're talking about tonight. Smart Shopper Pro. One of the things that everybody's looking forward to, and I get it, and that's part of what we're doing, is this simple onboarding process. And we're starting to move in that direction now. And what you're going to see, over the coming weeks, and it'll just get better and better as we start to integrate all this, is that whether you go to one marketplace or you go to Seaforth, you're going to have 3 ways to join. Okay? And it's going to be very, very simple. Free shopper, I think everybody knows what that is. That's somebody that says no to being a smart shopper or a pro, and they just say, you know what, I just want to sign up. You got some very good products, unique products. I just want to be a free shopper for right now. Hey, that's not bad, because what happens is every free shopper you get, every time they go in and buy something, you get 25% of all the DC goes to the person that actually introduced that free shopper. So you get that up front every time somebody shops. So imagine having literally, and you could do this, free shop. You got thousands and thousands of free shoppers that are paying you a nice commission check every time they shop. But what we all want, of course, is to have people come in as either Smart Shopper or Smart Shopper Pro. Now, a lot of people are going to do it differently. Some people, when they go to talk to somebody about this, they're just going to tell them, hey, you can be part of my team. What we're doing, just come in as Smart Shopper Pro. Start there and let's go. But a lot of people don't want to take that approach. They want to take the approach of, I want to onboard hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people very quickly and easily as a Smart Shopper. And why not? Because of the benefits of doing that. And then take those people and say, hey, you might want to look at being a Smart Shopper Pro because of all these additional benefits. So again, everybody's going to have their own way to do it. We're just going to make it simple and easy for you to do that, whatever direction you want to go in. We'll make it easy. So obviously, you got two real ways you're bringing people into the business: either Smart Shopper, which again, this can bring in people very, very quickly, because why not? I mean, they get their position in the global pod. They have they qualify automatically for the $100 loyalty bonus, which goes little by little and grows until it's paying you $100 a month. Obviously, you're paying $14.95 for that membership, and you're getting $30 worth of real money every month to go use against hotels anywhere in the world, over 1 million hotels and resorts. Not bad. You're basically being paid to join. And of course, the most important thing about a Smart Shopper is every time you invite a Smart Shopper, just like as you came in as a Smart Shopper, it starts a community pod for you. And everybody knows what that means. The more community pods you have, the more income that you're going to make. And so, again, this is set up to do something that no one's ever seen. And I actually do believe that with what we're doing, we're going to change the way the world shops. We really will. And why shouldn't we? I mean, why would anybody, once we start developing more and more and more products, and I don't care if our products, if we have 1/10 the amount of products that Amazon has, 1/10, 1/100th. But every time somebody shops in your community pods, which are going to be great products and name brand products and unique products, and every time they shop, you're making money, that's a whole lot better than going to Amazon and shopping. And that's what we're doing. We're going to change the way people shop, because we're going to give everybody a reason to come here into one marketplace and to have real customer loyalty, because it benefits you and everyone when they do so. So again, Smart Shopper, Smart Shopper Pro. Now, tonight we're going to talk more about Smart Shopper Pro, because really that is the ultimate situation, because you do get, a position of both Seaforth and One Marketplace. Obviously, you have a premier subscription, which gives you a monthly product of your choosing, whatever it is that you like. You get the digital wellness package, which actually puts you into One Marketplace. Obviously, you receive commissions in both companies. I'm going to talk about this again at the end a little bit more clear, with a little more detail. But you're going to get commissions in both companies. You're going to earn additional income from all your Smart Shopper Pros and your community pods, obviously, because you get more on every membership. And of course, you get the Pro Performance Pools. So there's a pretty good reason to be a Smart Shopper Pro. And I'm going to hit it one more time as we complete this whole process. But I want to show you right now the actual sign up thing. And again, this is going to get easier and easier, as we progress. But what will happen is that a person, if they elect come into One Marketplace and sign up as a Smart Shopper, well, this is the landing page. This is where you're sending with your QR code, whether you're doing it through link, text, business cards, however you're sending somebody to One Marketplace. This is where they end up. And very simply, they're going to hit they're going to look at this, and they can scroll around and look at things if they want. Or they can go, I just want to go right into the Join Now page, and they can do it from the top right-hand corner of the site, or obviously they can do it right here in front of you, which is earn, while you shop, and they just hit that Join Now button right there. The moment they do that, and remember, this is only for Smart Shopper right now. This is because that's the only thing going to happen at One Marketplace is you can sign up as a Smart Shopper here, but not a Pro, not yet. Okay, so they go here, they hit that, they go in, it says become a Smart Shopper, pretty simple, tells them all about it. They're going to see the little video that sits here. As a matter of fact, they can look at more information. We're going to have more and more here that they can look at. One of the exciting things, it's probably one of the surprises for next week, is what's going to be in the place of what you're seeing right now there. Because we've got a new video we've been working on, and we're hoping to surprise you with it next week. I Can't promise for sure. I was not even supposed to say that. Everybody said, no, don't say it. But I can't help myself sometimes because I know we're working hard to get it done. And again, it's very close. So I'm hoping that we have that surprise for you next week. So again, right here, you want to become a smart shopper? Simple. You just hit plus, add to cart, you're done. It takes you through the sign up process and you're in, right? Okay, now, some people, though, don't want to send people, to become a smart shopper. They want them to come in as Smart Shopper Pro. Now, they've probably shown them the video already about One Marketplace and what we're doing and stuff, and let them look at those things, but say, look, when you make the decision, Bill, Tom, Sue, whoever it is, you really want to look at Smart Shopper Pro. And actually, you should. You really should, because when you really think about it, if you come in as a Smart Shopper Pro, there's so much reason to do so. Number one, when you come in as a Smart Shopper Pro with the packages we've got and the packages we're going to be designing, these unique bundles, we're going to have bundles we're designed for Smart Shopper Pro, which are designed around just one concept of saving you more than you spend. So whatever your monthly subscription is to be Smart Shopper Pro, you're already going to be saving more than you spend, plus you can get all the benefits we're getting ready to talk about, right? The 2-for-1s and all that type of thing. So Smart Shopper Pro, very simple. Instead of doing it at One Marketplace, okay, because we just showed you what happened if they come into One Marketplace, things have a Smart Shopper. Smart Shopper Pro, this is what happens. So they go into Seaforth in that case. And so if you're signing somebody up as Smart Shopper Pro, and this is what you've been doing for the last 2 months anyway, okay? Nothing different than what you've been doing the last 2 months, but we're going to be moving to a more streamlined approach. But for right now, what will happen is they go into Seaforth, and this is the scrolling bar across the top, and they just hit, when they want to, the join button. Wherever they hit join button, what it will do is, if they hit it right here when this scrolling banner come across the page and it says One Marketplace is live, and they hit the learn more button right there. Doesn't matter if they do that, if they go someplace else. At that point in time, they're going to go through the process, and what happens is they're going to be sent here, and they'll see this as watch the video, so they can watch the video in One Marketplace, even though they're on Seaforth right now. They watch the video, and then they can hit the Join Now button right there. And then when they do hit that Join Now button, this is what they'll see. So it's really, again, the only thing that's a little, not perfect for us right now is the fact you still got to, do One Marketplace, Smart Shopper, Seaforth is Smart Shopper Pro. But here's what happens. Even at this point, they'll come here. So on Seaforth, they're going to see this, and it says, make your choice. So it's still not that hard. So if a person says, well, I really just want to be a smart shopper, guess what? They just hit the Smart Shopper link below it, takes them back to One Marketplace, signs up as Smart Shopper. If they want to be a Smart Shopper Pro, obviously, they got all these reasons to do it, all the benefits we're going to be talking about again as we close this presentation out, and they accept Smart Shopper Pro. They just go sign up now. It takes them through the process. That's it. That's all there is to it. So we've made it pretty streamlined already, and imagine this. It's just going to get better. I mean, it's just going to get better and better. So let me kind of close this out with talking about Smart Shopper Pro again and why I think this is so, so important. Because think about it. For a product bundle, that again, we'll set it up where you can save when you spend or just get the products you really want anyway. It doesn't matter. You're going to get 2 businesses for the price of 1. Now, everybody's all heard of a 2-for. Well, that's kind of cool, though. You actually get 2 businesses. You get Seaforth and you get One Marketplace. But you also get 2 compensation models for the price of 1. And these are totally different. Remember, Seaforth is, network marketing and compensation model, right? Everybody knows in 10 ways to earn and all that good stuff. One Marketplace is what? It's not network marketing, it's connective marketing, and it's using community pods. And so one, you're getting a genealogy that's built, right? The other one, you're getting your fill comes from the community. Totally different. But they both still work because of you putting in that person. Every time you put in a person, whether it be a Smart Shopper or Smart Shopper Pro, if you are a Smart Shopper, only if you're a Smart Shopper, you get the benefits of both sides. And that's huge because it's 2 different income streams. And again, as I've been sharing, and we're going to be talking more and more about this, is that Seaforth gives you that kind of like faster now income because it's a monthly subscription and it's great. And you get this income every month and it's generating. Whereas what you're doing over at One Marketplace is you're actually laying the foundation based on the number of pods you start for a 3-year retirement model. But the beauty of it is it might build a little slower at first, but then it gains momentum and builds and builds and builds. And the way it builds is you're never going to have Well, you're always going to have a little bit on the C4 side, but you're going to have people that fall out. I mean, that's typical network marketing. People come in, they leave, come in, leave, but it still builds, and you still build an idea. In the place is this builds the way it builds because it's compacted, and the way we grow each ring, all it's going to do is get bigger and bigger and bigger month after month. Now, so that's the beauty. So why not really, for the price of one subscription, get both? Have them both working for you. And then if the Smart Shopper Pro, of course, and that's the other reason we've done this too, is that now you get more as a Smart Shopper Pro, you get more on all the monthly memberships in one marketplace. Now it's everybody's in a Smart Shopper Pro in one marketplace, you're getting a higher monthly subscription amount that you receive on all these people. Plus, and this is going to be big. Now, this does give you a little bit more instant income or faster income in one marketplace, because once we start, and next week we're going to be doing that, we're going to be talking about the performance pools next week. In the performance pools, even though your community pods have to build ring by ring by ring, the performance pools are based on everybody that's in the entire global pod, and we pay it out based on where you're at as far as your ranks in the performance pools. And that is a lot of money, and that happens quicker. So those of you that are building fast, you're going to see the benefits in these pro performance pools. And again, you can only get that if you're a Smart Shopper Pro. So there's all the reasons to be a Smart Shopper Pro. It's your choice. Obviously, you can take either one and just go. I think what's going to happen, and the way I've talked to a lot of people, as a matter of fact, today I had a great call with some of our leaders. I talked with Brian Cromley earlier about stuff we're doing. He's back from his vacation, so he's back doing a couple meetings a day and growing like crazy. I also talked to a couple great guys. Just a shout out to you guys. I really appreciate the call today. That was Marshall and Al, and they're on fire for one marketplace. I mean, both of them feel like they can put in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people personally. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about personally. That was starting that many pods. And again, I think everybody can, and that's their approach. They're going to they just want to fill everybody into one marketplace, and then once they get them on board and they're excited, and they say now, that 20 to 30 or 40% will look at being a Smart Shopper Pro, and they'll automatically make that upgrade. So that's a great way to go too. Okay, so that's that. Let's move on. I'm going to wrap this thing up. It's almost over. The last part I just want to cover quickly is that, remember, right now, when you go into Seaforth and you become a Smart Shopper Pro, one of the things you get is this digital wellness suite. Now, I know a lot of people have gotten it. They probably haven't taken the time to look at it and start working with it, but this is something that you really should be taking advantage. You should be taking a look at, because this suite of products are phenomenal for your own self-benefit. I mean, so, one of the great things that we've got in that subscription, and right now it's 4 different digital products you've got in there. You've got the part for the exercise, but also all the other things, how to help yourself as far as your habits, to power really good, habits to help you build a foundation in your own self, same thing with mindset. I mean, it's so important to have that positive mental attitude and to build on that all the time. I just know myself, I do these things all my life. I never stop doing them because it just keeps you on this path of thinking, like, I still think I'm 48 years old. I act like I'm 48. I probably act like I'm 20, according to my wife. But I know that I feel and act like I'm so much younger than I am because I've always done these types of things. I just believe that you have to take care of yourself, and it's mental and physical, and you got that in this product. So if you're not looking at this, take the time to start. Just take it a little part at a time and just let it build for yourself. And you're going to be surprised what this will do for you in your business and in your personal life too, as well. So again, take advantage of it, guys. So last thing before I can close is a little vendor reminder. And the reason I want to share this with you is because a lot of you are doing this right now. You're sending us some amazing vendors. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think there's anybody out there that wouldn't be interested in putting their product up on our shopping board. Why wouldn't they? We're going to give them a way to make money that all they've got to do is just be the supplier, because you and I are creating all the customers for them. But they have to know about us. And so what a lot of you are doing, taking advantage of it, is just the actual of sending vendors, again, go to one marketplace on the bottom of the footer there and just start referring vendors. Now, remember, once you do that, once they're vetted and we look at them, we decide, hey, we like this vendor, we're going to put them on board. Guess what? You get a royalty agreement for referring that person. And just think that's a one-time referral. We do all the lifting. We're the ones that, have to go through and vet the person and make sure the company and go through this whole process and put them in place, get it set up, get the logistics going, get everything happening. But guess what? Once that happens, you start getting a little bit every time there's a sale anywhere in the world. You're getting a little royalty agreement, a little royalty amount, and it just that adds up. Those dollars can add up to serious dollars. So again, take advantage of it if you like. It's there. It's always going to be there. Again, it's our way of saying, hey, we want everybody to share in everything that we're doing. So with that, I'm going to say thank you. I appreciate you being here again tonight. One of the things that I just want to end with is the fact that we're just now starting. I mean, we're just now started. We're in stage 2 of our beta launch. And this is going to get so big in the coming months, in the coming years. And you really are at the foundation of this. And that should be exciting to everybody that's on this call tonight to know that you're the beginning. Could you imagine? Can you imagine if, again, I always say this, but I think it's such a great analogy. It's like back when Bitcoin first started. If you were one of the first people looked at it and said, well, this is pretty crazy, but you know what? I'm just going to jump on board with this and get a bunch of these crazy Bitcoins and see where it goes. And then all of a sudden, if you'd sat on it or stayed with it all this time, how much wealth would you have right now today? For a lot of you, if you did what a lot of people could have done back then, it'd be immeasurable. Well, I think that's what's going to happen here. Because I think what's going to happen is these pods that you're starting right now, even though it takes about 3 months for each ring to fill and each ring, remember, this thing kind of comes to an end, as we get to around the 30th ring. And so 70 years from now, I think 8 years from now, whatever people are going to have in the way of pods are going to be built and done. And then after that, you're just going to sit back and enjoy the benefits of what you did by starting these pods now, today. And again, remember, the sooner you start the pods, it's not good to start the pods 6 months from now, because then you're pushed out a couple more rings. You want the pods to be starting as soon as you possibly can, because that's going to start. That's why some people right now have pods that are, because they're way up at the very beginning, they've got people that have 5 and 6 rings in their pods, and they're making that income. Just think what that's going to turn into in the coming years or two. Oh my gosh. And that's just with one pod. One pod, one smart shopper. How many do you actually want to build? And so take advantage of it. I mean, you don't get opportunities like this, and it's pretty special. And so with that, I'm going to say good night. I'll see you next week. Got a couple more surprises for you for next week, but look forward to it. And again, thank you for being here. God bless everybody. Be safe out there. Bye.